the difference between good intentions and what the reality actually happens and how we navigate through it. You get your 100 years. It goes by fast, if we even get 100 years. I was just talking today, when we're talking about the 80s, and well, that just happened. Well, it's 40 years ago now. I was doing these charts before then, looking at the, we're here. This is where Jupiter, 2026, Jupiter comes back into Leo. Leo gets a little bit of buoyancy then. But all this stuff in Aquarius, it's not that, it's accentuating the system and the schooling, not the individual and their excellence. So the idea of science, yes, over the heart, it's looked like it. But that's the battle. We live through it. Not everybody can just surrender that battle, surrender their heart to science. It'll be in context to certain ways. But still, how many people are going to walk down the street without their cell phone? I go to get in the car, I forgot the cell phone. Jeez, you mean I got to drive without Waze?
But then it'll be implanted in their brain.
So we're conditioned into this, and even in the poorest countries, people are getting their cell phones. But cell phone technology is such military technology. And before any war, a guy would plan something, and he'd move the troops and get it there to corner something and have a plan. But they would never know what's being done in the moment over that hill or over a place in that moment. The spy would have to see it would come back. Now, everything's in the immediate. You can't. It's a different type of battle. People are just so the technology, and it's. I think you're right, Wendy. It's probably tied a lot to do with pollution and the impositions that are coming on us because of pollutions. It doesn't mean more freedoms.
For now.
It means more controls. That, well, boy, I mean, I still use some plastic bags because I go to No Frills and I pick up some plastic bags of stuff to carry things home. Somebody can see me and say, "How dare you do that?" But where I live, there's no separated garbage disposal thing. Where I was, it had that, but it just goes into a bin anyways. It doesn't make any difference. But the mechanics of what people live up to and what's actually happening, it's a struggle. And who's going to impose what? Who's going to impose which one is real? Which view is real? Like by 2025, America is not white the predominant. America is going to be third world predominant. It's going to be other cultures, not going to be white predominant.
Thank God. It's been too long, thank God.
Yeah, but it's coming. The numbers are coming. It's changing.
Consequences for the world.
But so is democracy changing if it's going to change. If it's still there. If it's not just the privilege of the rich to get away with what they can. So hard to say. I don't know. I grew up in democracy. I grew up with my own freedoms. And I grew up poor. I never thought myself that privileged, but when I look around, I grew up pretty privileged. I mean, astrology, if you look at astrology, if you take all the educated, if you take the population of the world that's growing like this, the educated people are going like that. It's not really growing as much as we would think. And out of all the people educated, how many people are going to learn a language and learn it well enough to get to astrology, to learn the specialty of astrology, get good at it? You're dealing with like a partial part of 1% of literacy. While you're into it, it's so encouraging, it's interesting, but it's really a tiny number. It's just the undercurrent in society. Everywhere, people have a belief in astrology. It's like a hope in astrology. It's many faces to it, but it's a language. It helps. It's like a weather forecast of the world, what we're doing with our life. Whether you go spiritual or not, that's a different story.
What do you think it was first started?
What do I think? What?
It was first started. The word that they first started.
I can't hear you.
Where did you think they first started astrology? Was it in Egypt?
If you get to your heart and you got love, you don't need astrology.
Sorry?
If you're in your heart and you're in love and you're clear, you're beyond your mind. You don't need astrology. It's when you lose your heart and your heart broken and you have to put things together again. How could the world be so terrible that you got some work to do? So, either you're in love or you're rectifying the situation. Most of us are rectifying the situation. It could be better. It's not that. How was that? What's there? Whew. So on a mental and emotional, in the mental and emotional spheres, these are complicated issues that aren't political. The political are exterior things we run into that we judge emotionally and mentally. So it's.
Well, I got hope for you guys. I do like a little bit of spiritual astrology, right? And twin flames, things like that. They say that we're gonna eventually vibrate like on a higher level as people, right? We're not gonna consume food and we're gonna become more crystal-based energy forms. So of course it's like way in the future, right? But there's hope that maybe science and spirituality, like one day they'll be like working together. So that's the
Well,
happy.
you could argue that nothing can go against the spirit.
Yeah, possibly. So.
You know, you can't be separate from God.
Mhm.
Period. But we can think we are. We can make choices that make us appear that we are.
Yeah.
We can have actions that are less than divine. You know, and to start with, our parents aren't saints. They got here because we got here because they weren't saints. No. And so it's like we come in the middle of the symphony. We get our little piece of it. We play a part. We want it to be significant. We want to grow as much as we can. We're going to grow through it. Anybody that's 80, whether they're senile or whatever, they still lived through that many transits, that many progressions. They still had their evolution. They still got to be respected. You know, it's these waves in the world and waves of social things, and that they come and go. So anyway, I'm just going to go forward here. But as you see, once you get past 25, 26, it starts being fairly, all the planets have just changed signs. Uranus is in Gemini, Neptune's in Aries, Pluto's in Aquarius, and it's going to stay like that for at least 7 years until Uranus gets into Cancer. One chart set of order. Okay, here we go. 1932 December. Uranus goes in. Uranus and Saturn go into Cancer. It's the opposite end of having been in the Capricorn. And the Neptune and Pluto are staying where and they're inching along in their signs. So 33. But all this time, everything's down in the individual sign. Only Pluto's over there in the group or social signs. So if science is ruling things, will people be enchanted by it? And every religion, science or whatever, we're still in the Piscean age. We're not in the Aquarian age. It's 2703 before it hits the first star in Aquarius. So you look around, is science a belief system? Do you believe in climate change? Do you not? Do you believe in it? Like, what's real? So the Aquarian age, anyways, is not going to be this idealized age that everybody's free. It's going to be a Saturn-ruled military place where there's almost no freedom, except to maybe read and study and think.
Peer pressure on steroids.
That's almost there now. Yeah.
When I was in high school, I first came across a concept where basically science is just a theory rather than an absolute truth.
Yeah,
So it's a theory that we're comfortable with
For now.
For now, yeah, exactly.
Mathematics too, it's just a language, it's not a reality. You know, as soon as you get down to 0 divided by 0, it could be anything. You know, but, okay, so, I mean, we have all kinds of, we've all been educated to certain degrees, but all the books you've read, all the books that have been printed, who's chosen what books? We all got different hodgepodge of things. And of all the movies to be seen, what movies have you seen, what movies have I seen, what, I still remember some black and whites. You know, like, and I go think, oh, that, like, I had someone whose empire was falling apart, and I told them they should go see Zorba the Greek. You know, like, just see the movie, because the guy built everything and all fell apart. It was a perfect story. But it just seems so strange. That's so long ago now. You know, and everyone's together. If it's not color, who's going to watch that? If you can't stream it or can't. So, like, things are changing in terms of. But that's waves on the surface of the ocean. That's not the ocean. You know, they'll always come in, they'll build up, in some way, some generation will come, they build up something, it'll crash down, the next one will come up. It's going to be like that. You know, you react against your parents. And you're never going to be like your parents. You're never going to do with your kids what they did to you, and you're going to make sure that's right. And that may be so, but your kids are going to do the same to you, and your grandkids will be just like your parents. Or your yeah. So like it jumps a generation. And so the geocentric chart is a natural story. It's your natural story, how you run into things. It's a poem. It's not a bad thing. It evolves as how we evolve to do it. This is looking at bigger things and bigger things that really we probably isn't our business to really watch. But it's, to me, this is like a step up to, if you got your spiritual vision, then your heliocentric chart starts to work. If you become enlightened, then it starts to work. Until then, it's not conceptual. You know, it's conceptual for me, but what's too much love? What's too much faith? What's too much devotion? What's too much personality? That's a whole bigger question. That's not to do with your mind at all.
It's more vibration. Yeah.
So, and, you know, like, even with music, so many puzzles. Even with, takes music, everyone's so attached to music. What's silence? You know, how can you ever play a note that's going to do justice to God? How can you ever say a word that's going to do justice to your heliocentric chart? You know, like you got to write it, but like, really, silence is there, and any note that's played is a disturbance of the peace. Should be arrested. Of course, that's an Islamic view. You know, but what's silence? How we hold it together? We all put our head in the pillow at night. We all got our own consciousness, and everybody has their own matrix we build around us, and everybody's matrix is as valid as anyone else's. So the social groups and judgments, the gangs, are very different than the individuals fitting in with it. Thank goodness there's individuals that don't fit in with it. Thank goodness there's groups that can work together. You know, if they all go, who knows? That's just the craziness of the world. But the point of the heliocentric chart was really just to people get really rigid in their geocentric interpretations about how the world should be and how people should live. You know, and it's just this way, and there's an evolution from the houses to the planets to the signs, and from the geocentric to the heliocentric, and it leaves a lot of room for faith, belief, for understandings to work within that, without it being a conflict. Not everybody needs to know it. I mean, for the clients I see, to get to the heliocentric, I would hardly ever use this. You know, on occasion, certain people. For myself, I puzzle about it because you got your progressions and you got transits and you got progressions by heliocentric. We're done, eh? We gotta go. Yeah, okay. So I'll just push this right through so we get to the end of this. 39, 40, Jupiter, Saturn conjunct in Libra.
Does it stay for the whole year when you do this?
Every 4 charts a year. What did you ask me? I'm sorry, I haven't. Okay, so here we're in 1941.
Pluto's in Taurus, whatever.
Pluto's still in Aquarius, so when Pluto gets out of Aquarius,
Is it for a whole year or it's just
each one's for 3 months.
that point in time? Okay.
So it's not till 43 that Pluto gets into Aquarius. It gets into Pisces. By then, the confrontations go into what's believable, what's not, what's dependent, what's not, what has to be cleaned up, what has to be taken care of. how good is science to take care of things? How will they be any better than the other place? And
Well, that's kind of like, Pluto
So
going
47,
I might be in this one.
48, it gets back to Saturn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so,
Well, they say the consciousness never dies, so you're still gonna be alive.
no, like, we're not human beings having spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings focusing in and having a human experience. It
Yeah.
changes, we change our bodies, we change our clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It comes and goes, but there's still these waves. The astrology is still the waves and the music of nature. So it's 49. That's the last one, I think. Yeah, that's the last one. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for coming. That was quite the work you did there. A lot of mental gymnastics with all those notes and stuff. Yeah, a new perspective for us all.
So I mean, people have done work on this on and off, but it's really an elite edge. You know? So what you want to do is, if you haven't got your heliocentric chart, you can go to astro.com, Astrodeans, and they have a section there where you can get your heliocentric chart, and just look at your Mercury and Venus and just imagine how that would work. Okay, thank you.